Yo, it's Wittes back with another one. Don't really have much to say, to be honest with you, but I do have like one or two updates. I mostly do these videos because I kind of want to keep my no Diddy. I kind of want to keep my tongue sharp. I kind of want to still know how to talk to people because a lot of the time, like 90% of the time, I'm just on my own. And I pretty much just engage with people online and stuff, much like most people, but I do want to keep myself sharp. At least other people have people in their lives that they frequently talk to, like verbally. That is, we're in an age where people will get upset at you for sending them a voice message. You know what I mean? Like that's the primary form of communication. You know what I mean? You get people who will be upset that you spoke to them rather than sending them a flipping manuscript or whatever. This dude really tried to talk to me. Yeah, because we're friends. We're friends. But I get where they're coming from, though. It's more concise to just read a text message. But sometimes it's not about being concise. Sometimes I just want to talk to a friend. Sometimes I just want to hear a friend's voice. Right now, I've got friends that I haven't heard the voices of in ages. Anyway, right now, I'm kind of waiting on some bands to come into my account. Financially speaking, I'm still in the same position I was like a couple of videos ago when I told you that I bought the packaging for the full physical stuff. So I don't have any bands quite yet. Well, I think I got bands after that, and then I spent those on something. I don't know. I'm losing track, but it's like all the bands are going to important places. So right now I've got a couple of bands coming in. I'm selling one of my pedals. I'm selling the Vegeta Drive. Never really like truly liked how it sounded. I kind of like try to make it work because it had Vegeta on it. But if we're being honest, I'm not in love with the pedal, which is why I can part ways with it. Really, I'm not in love with any pedal of mine at this point. Like I can sell pretty much my whole pedal board and start afresh, and my amp too. I'm not in love with these material things. I'm beyond that. I've transcended beyond that. you know. So yeah, bands coming in. This lady from Pretoria, I think, is buying my pedal. First time I'm selling a pedal to a lady. Shout out all the ladies, man. Yeah, she's buying my pedal. Um, yeah, we had a brief chat. She told me that she's a fan of like anime and stuff since she's been a kid, and she saw the pedal and she thought to get it. She did her research on it, found that it was pretty cool. She intends on using it as a fuzz of some sort. I was like, hell yeah, that's pretty cool. And then she told me that, with like Facebook Marketplace and whatever, because this is where we're facilitating the transaction. She told me that, she's been scammed in the past before, like everyone has. And she told me that she usually sends half the payment first, and then once she gets it, she sends half the second half. But as we were talking, dude, like I could tell that she was very reliable. At some point, she even sent me like a picture of her ID, and I can clearly tell that it's her. Just juxtaposing it with the images on her Facebook and stuff, like it's clearly her. So I have nothing to worry about, really. It is a risk, yeah, but I have nothing to worry about, truly. So yeah, I gauged that she's reliable, right? And I gauged that she was quite concerned about one, me not taking off with the funds, and two, her not receiving the pedal, which really the same thing, but yeah, they can be broken down. So I could tell that she was worried about this transaction going back, as she's been scammed in the past before. So I was like, okay. But at first we agreed to the split payment, right? But then I thought to say to her, yo, madam, because she is like an older lady. She's like 30 something, 80, 89, 89, 30, 36. Good God. I was like, okay, madam, um, how about we do this? How about you send me the full payment once you receive the pedal, and then you send me like, you throw me a couple of 100 rands, just out of your generosity, you know, because I can tell she's like trustworthy, man, and it's a risk, but it comes with a reward. So I trust that it'll pay off. So she agreed to that. That way, it puts her at ease. It puts her at ease. She can pay the amount once she's received the pedal, and yeah, she throws me like an extra little tip as thanks for allowing us to work in such an unorthodox way of transacting, which is which puts her at ease, because again, she doesn't have to cough up any money initially. She just has to pay it at the end. So I didn't exactly tell her how much she should, add on top of the initial payment, but her heart will speak. Her heart will speak. If she wants to throw me like 200 rand, I'll take it. I'm at that point where I need every rand I can get, So, and I spoke to her briefly about how I'm selling my pedals because I want to fund my pedal endeavor, my pedal brand, And she thought that was cool, and she said that once it's developed like fully, I should send her material and stuff. I was like, yeah, I'll do that, man. I'll do that. So yeah, right now I'm waiting for the courier dudes to just come through to my house and pick up the parcel and take it to her. I should probably receive the funds in about a week or so, you know. So yeah, I'm risking it. I'm risking it for a biscuit. I'm risking it for a biscuit. The funds that I get from that should be enough to, should be, dude. They should be. Emphasis on should. They should be enough to cover the PCB design costs. So you'll remember that I paid for the software. Now it's time to actually design the board that will obviously feature the software on it / in it. You know, it should be enough to do that, dude. Because the guy that I'm talking to, on his page, it says that PCB design is like $20. But the thing with these dudes is that when you hit them up and they hear your case, they bump up the price. They go, oh, okay, well, that sounds a bit more complicated. Therefore, it's going to have to be above the price that I said it was going to be on the profile. I'm not tripping, though. I'm not tripping. So hopefully he doesn't jack up the price insanely, to a point where I can't immediately pay for it, because I'm trying to be snappy. I'm trying to be snappy. So I should be able to pay for the PCB design. Once that's done, I have all the files and things. It's not a physical thing I'm paying for. I have all the files. I have all just everything necessary. The 3D renders, the list. What's it called? The list of items. The BOM. the build something materials. Yeah, I'll have everything necessary to then go to a PCB manufacturer to produce this circuit. I'll go and then I'll send that stuff to a PCB manufacturer. This will still be abroad. This will still be abroad because the local guy's trying to charge me insane prices for PCB design. So I'm looking to cut back by, working abroad right now. One day I would like to make everything local, or at least most of my process local. But that's only when I have true control over my brand. Right now I'm dipping my toes in the water. I'm figuring stuff out. So yeah, that's when I'll take my stuff to the PCB guy. And I realize that I'm repeating myself a lot here across these videos. It's just that I need to instill it in my mind. I need to understand it. I need to be aware of every single stepping stone that I'm taking to the top. I needed to play back constantly in my mind. PCBs, once the PCBs are manufactured, you send one of those PCBs, you speak to the PCB manufacturers, that they send you the majority of the PCBs that they've printed, assuming that I printed like a bunch, assuming that I could print a bunch considering the prices and whatnot. And then of those PCBs, you send like one or two to another supplier who will be working on the enclosures, so that they have a practical thing to deal with, rather than me describing dimensions to them. And then from there, I'll have enclosures and PCBs. I just realized that this shit's in selfie mode. That's me. You already know that I'm gonna put something over this fucking screen. You already know. Yeah. So from there, I'll have a complete. I'll have a functioning, not complete, but I'll have a functioning product. So from there, what I'll need is knobs and stuff. Yeah, this is presuming that the circuits will come with the foot switches and stuff, which they should, because they should be part of the circuit, right? Yeah. So from there, I'll just have to get knobs. You'll remember that I said the translucent ones are expensive, so I'll just have to get plain white translucent Davy style knobs, which should be cheap. All of this is in sight. Nothing's coming out of the blue, Nothing's coming out of the blue. I just need to be prepared financially, and as it stands right now, on the stepping stone that I am right now, because I've been taking it one step at a time. As it stands right now, I'm prepared. I'm prepared. I just pray that God gives my buyers confidence and patience in me, because it will pay off. It will pay off. I intend to do good by these people, man, because they're the first ones. They listen, and I've said this a million times before. They believed in me and my brand and my product when they had 1,000,001 reasons not to. They believed in me. They went ahead and bought my product. So I'm gonna reward them. I'm gonna provide them with the item that they've purchased, and the reward will be, I don't know, like freebies and whatnot. My heart would like to provide freebies for them for like forever, but my pockets might not be able to do that currently. So yeah, maybe in the future I'll be able to do that. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. It's looking very promising. Yeah, it's looking very promising. Let me just quickly touch on my Egyptian developer's case. You'll remember in the previous video I told you that the developer guy essentially asked me to push back the date. And I was talking all high and mighty, talking about fairly so, considering everything that I explained in that video. I was talking very high and mighty about how, this wouldn't have happened had you just heeded my words. I went ahead and I was, gracious enough to grant him that extra time, because he did hit me with an excuse saying that he's got, finals coming up. He's writing his masters, whatever. So he needs a bit of time to focus on that, and and then maybe develop my product. So yeah, I granted him that, even though I am not in the position to be waiting around, dude. I need to go. I need that. I need you to finish the software, and then I'm gonna need you to work on the PCB design, and then from there I need to talk to another supplier to actually manufacture the PCBs, and then from there I'm gonna need to talk to my enclosure guy to send one of those flipping PCBs to him. That's gonna take some time. A couple of more weeks to reach him, and then from there he's gonna take some more weeks to develop the enclosure, and then from there it's gonna take more weeks to deliver the enclosures to me. So I'm not in a position to wait around, because I told dudes that early 2026 we're doing this. I told dudes that early 2026 they're getting them. But everything's under control. Thanks for listening. And yeah, I hope everything's going well in your own life, in your own endeavors and stuff. Hope you're blessed. May God bless you. May God bless me too. May God forgive us. May Jesus forgive us, bro. Golly, I keep having these nightmares, man. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.